What y'all thought this was over? This part two. What y'all thought this was? Man, come on now. Come on now. Y'all knew last week what it was. I told y'all it was coming back. And yes, I got on the same outfit because I recorded these in the same day. Just dropped them on different weeks. Because who ain't doing all that work is me. You dig me? So, without further ado, it's your host with the most of real talent, Nicole. Back at it to give another video for y'all. Like I said, if you seen part one, you heard me say to be continued in part one. So which means we doing what? We doing what? We doing part two. We doing part two. We doing part two. We doing part two. Hey! So as y'all know, hold on, wait, let me give y'all happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope y'all tuning in to a happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope y'all tuning in to a happy Friday. Happy Friday. I got a little excited in the beginning. I forgot to give y'all that song. But yeah. Y'all know we had to get into it to do it right. Y'all knew we had to come with it for episode 39. Y'all knew what it was. Okay, episode 38 was volume 2. Oh, excuse me. Y'all knew what it was. Episode 38 was volume 1. So y'all knew episode 39 was going to be volume 2. Come on now. Now, before we get into it, once again, if you guys do not want to wait week after week for miniseries or for podcast episodes or for not podcast, I'm sorry, for Black History episodes, once again, patreon.com/movies with Tay. Patreon.com/movies with Tay. Alright? But if you like watching the stuff for free, keep coming back. It's all good with me. But anyway, without further ado, your host with the most real talent, Nicole, about to bring you episode 39. Episode 39, as I just mentioned earlier, Kill Bill Volume 2. Told y'all it was to be continued, baby. Anyway, so Kill Bill Volume 2 runs for about 2 hours, 18 minutes. This one was released April 16th of 2004. Quentin Tarantino is the director of this film. The story, once again, is still about Uma Thurman and Quentin Tarantino. So, where can you watch this movie at? The same place you watched Volume 1. Hulu when it's available, Peacock, Fubo TV, Disney Plus, Sling TV, YouTube TV, Fandango at Home, Google Play Movies and TV, Apple TV, and Amazon Prime. Once again, Hulu when it's available, Peacock, Fubo TV, Disney Plus, Sling TV, YouTube TV and YouTube, Fandango at Home, Google Play Movies and TV, Apple TV, and Amazon Prime. Cool. I appreciate that. So, who's in this movie? The same people that was in the episode. The same people that was in episode 38. Alright? The same characters. Just maybe a few razzle dazzles that I'm going to mention. So, as y'all know, Uma Thurman as Beatrix, Lucy Liu as Oren Isha, Vivica A. Fox as Vernetta Green, Michael Madsen as Bud, Daryl Hannah as Elle Driver, David Carradine, I still can't say his name right, as Bill. And then here goes some honorable mentions. Just a few honorable mentions. Just two. Samuel L. Jackson is an honorable mention. He played Rufus. I just thought to get at, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then Gordon Liu, he played Johnny Moe and Pa Mei. He played both of those characters. Johnny Moe was old dude from Volume 1 as one of the crazy 88 people that Beatrix had to fight, and then in Volume 2 he played Pa Mei in this version. So you know we had to get in and do Volume 2 if we're gonna do Volume 1. I can't leave y'all in the dark. I bet y'all thought I wasn't gonna do it. Crazy. So let's jump into it. Y'all know what it is. We recaps the movie out here. So the movie opens up with Beatrix recapping volume uh 1 and partially recapping volume 2 technically. So she's recapping both volume 1 and volume 2. Um and she's pretty much telling us her journey to kill Bill is what she does. So we end up finding out in part 2 that where she was murdered at was actually a wedding rehearsal. It wasn't even a wedding yet. It was a wedding rehearsal. And we get the full flashback of the massacre in volume 2. Um so the thing is, when they was at the rehearsal, Beatrix, she was pregnant, right? And she was getting annoyed with the pastor's wife. She was being annoying. She was agitating her. So she had went outside to go get some fresh air. And when she went to get some fresh air, Bill was sitting outside. And she wasn't really spooked, but I could tell that she was a little surprised to see Bill. But um while they're outside, they're talking. Her soon-to-be husband, Tommy, he's getting ready to try to go, get her so they can finish their rehearsal. Well, she introduced Bill to Tommy as her father, and Tommy, go goofy gullible ass, just fell for it. So um Bill being very sadistic, if you will, right? So at this point, Beatrix started to get scared, and I think she was scared because I think she knew what Bill was possibly up to. She didn't know to the extent of where he might go with his bullshit, but you could tell she was scared. She could tell Bill wasn't there congratulating her on getting married to Tommy. She knew that that wasn't the case. I think she was more so trying to get his sympathy more than anything. Is what I think she was trying to do. So, oh, so this is important. I'm gonna say this to you because this is kind of important. So before she walked away from Bill, she asked Bill how did she look, and he told her she looked good. Right? She walked off from Bill, and as soon as she walked off, this is when Orion, Vernetta, Bud, and Ellie all were outside the church. They were all outside, and they all went in, and that's when the massacre happened. Right? So once that happened, we now get flashback. We get pushed into the current time, and Bill goes to Bud and talks to Bud and tells Bud, like, listen, little brother, this bitch is alive. Okay, she done already killed Oren. She done already killed Vernetta. This bitch is alive. This bitch is coming for us. So be prepared. And Bud all trying to be macho. Sorry, y'all, my nose is just itching. But Bud trying to be all macho, and he like, if the bitch want to fight, the bitch can come get a fight. That woman deserves her revenge. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud secretly regretted doing what they did to her. He might have been a little arrogant asshole, but I feel like he kind of regretted it. But anyway, so we find out that after they killed all the people and attempted to kill Beatrix, the whole assassination squad, the whole squad dismembered, and people went their own way. Oren and Vernetta and Ellie kind of had a better life than Bud. Bud decided to be some old hillbilly dude living out of a trailer or whatever the case may be. So we find out Bud is a bouncer at a club, and he shows up late to work all the time. So him and his manager, they got beef or whatever the case may be, and I don't know why, but I could have sworn, and maybe I'm just adding stuff to a movie. It's the second time I've done this too. I always thought that Bud killed his manager. I don't know why. I always thought he went back and killed his manager. And I feel like maybe I have seen it in like the deleted scenes or something, but I could have sworn he went back and killed that fool. But that's neither here nor there. Um, his manager basically, or his boss, I'm sorry, not manager. It's his boss, not his manager. His boss, pretty much scratches his name off the schedule and tell him, take your ass home. I'll call you when I need you. So now Bud is at home And the thing that always bothered me about Bud being a bouncer is you're a trained killer. So you personally can't handle somebody somebody talking down to you, and talking shit to you the way that your boss was doing you, because your ego can't handle it. So the thing about Bud I didn't like is Bud didn't know how to be a stand up man, a stand up guy towards men, but he was this tough dude to women to me. But anyway, Bud didn't like the fact he got talked to like a bitch. That's why I always thought that Bud went back and killed his boss, but maybe I was wrong. Um, so Bud goes home, and when he goes home, Beatrix is waiting on him. She's underneath the trailer. She waiting on him. He doing all this little fidgeting and stuff. He knows she's there. He knew she was there. I don't know if maybe he saw her underneath the trailer when he came home, or if he just had a feeling that she was there because Bill had pre-warned him that she was coming. So Beatrix comes from underneath the damn trailer and flings open his door and tries to charge in there on Bud, and Bud blew her ass back with them salt rock bullets. Fucked her ass up, right? So he calls Ellie and tells Ellie that he got her, and that she also got a Hanzo sword, and that he'll sell it to Ellie for about $1 million. So Ellie like, all right, cool, I come and get it from you. So El what's his name? Bud. So Bud, gets off the phone with her, and he getting ready to do what he getting ready to do. But before I tell y'all what he was getting ready to do, or no, I can tell y'all now. So Bud is getting ready to go bury Beatrix ass alive. That's what he about to go do. But um while he's getting ready to bury her ass alive, we get a flashback of Bill and Beatrix by the campfire. And Bill is telling her the story while he's playing his flute and whatnot. So he tells her the story about Pame. He has what they call, he's got a move he calls a 5-point palm exploding heart technique, where he hits you in 5 pressure points and basically hits you in the 5 pressure points, and it puts the heart in a panic. And then when you get up and take 5 steps, your heart explodes and you die. And he's telling her all this stuff, and Pame's never taught anybody that trick, and he tells her that, like, Pame's never taught anybody this trick, and this, that, and the third. And during this time, Bill goes to go see Pame, and him and Pame they fight or whatever the case may be, but Pame agrees to take Beatrix in and train her. So this is where Beatrix learns to become an assassin, basically, because Pame starts teaching her, martial arts. He's teaching her everything, right? So we find out Pame trained Beatrix. And one of the rules that Bill told her was, do not be sassy and silly with Pame, because he already don't like white women, he don't like Americans, and he damn sure can't stand women. White women, to be exact. Not all women, white women. So now Beatrix gets to go through training, right? It's an extensive progress and stuff she goes through, but you gotta watch the movie. I'm not gonna break down her entire training. But one thing that he did teach her was to punch through a wooden plank, right? And that comes in handy for when Bud is burying her ass alive, because he's putting her in a wooden casket box and putting her down in some dirt. Well, like I said, it helps her get out. Now here's the thing. When Bud buried her, he buried her with a flashlight. I don't know why he did that. Dumbass move. This is why I feel like Bud wanted her to come after everybody at this point. But anyway, Beatrix gets out the grave plot. She goes to like this little diner, gets her some, water, get herself, back acclimated. Meanwhile, Bud and Ellie are at Bud's house, or his trailer thing, right? They talking or whatever the case may be, and Bud just being this male chauvinistic bastard, talking shit about women or whatever. And he asked Ellie about her double R's, and I think it was regret. I forget the first R, but it was one of them. One of the R's was regret, and she said that regret was her biggest one, right? And they don't know she got out the grave. Don't nobody else know. So Ellie asks Bud all this invasive information, and Bud didn't put two and two together. She's like, where's she buried at? What plot is she under? She's asking all these questions and stuff, and Bud just giving her all the information and everything. And she's writing it down while he's saying it, but he's so busy not paying attention, he don't realize Ellie's up to something. So Bud goes to go count the money. And when he goes to count the money, he's taking money out, and a black mamba strikes out the bag and starts attacking Bud, right? So as the snake is biting Bud or whatever, at this point, Bud, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how Bud didn't realize that she was up to something. She was asking too many fucking questions, and then she's being all fidgety, and she didn't want to. I don't know. She was just being weird. But anyway, um, I will say this. She did get her lick back on Bud, because Bud, like I said, Bud was talking shit about women. He's talking, especially blonde haired women, white blonde haired women. He's talking so much shit, and Ellie's a blonde haired woman, so he's talking so much shit. And she was like, I can't wait to get this motherfucker. So when the snake bit him up real good, she talked good shit to his ass, and she said her regret wasn't trying to kill Beatrix. Her regret was that Beatrix got caught and killed by Bud, but little did she know Beatrix wasn't dead yet. So she was like, basically, that was her regret. So Bud ends up dying, right? She's collecting the money and putting it back in the bag, and Bill calls, and she tells Bill, "Oh, the bitch put a black mamba in the suitcase, so your brother's dead now. But I took care of Beatrix and blah 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 blah," and then goes to proceed and tells him that where her plot is and all this other shit. I don't think Bill believed her, but his brother's dead, so whatever. Um. Oh no, she told Bill that Beatrix put a black mamba in his camper, in his trailer, basically. Um. So Bud and Bill are brothers. So Bill Bill and Bud had a disagreement. I don't remember what their disagreement was about. If you go watch the movie, it'll tell you. But no, actually they didn't tell you. Never mind, they didn't tell you. That's why I don't remember. But Bud and Bill had a disagreement, and see the way Bill is, Bill would kill your ass. But Bill didn't kill Bud because that's his brother. So the little disagreement they had, um, that's why he didn't kill him, because it's his brother. So Ellie thought shit was sweet though. She thought she was about to get away with what she just did, right? Right when she thought she was about to get away, Beatrix showed up. So they get to fighting. They going back and forth. And they having one hell of a fight though. They having one hell of a fight. So we find out that Pame is the reason why Ellie lost her eye. Ellie lost her eye because she was talking shit to Pame, and Pame snatched her motherfucking eye out. And because of her disrespect, Pame, like I say, snatched her eye out. So she killed Pame by poisoning his fish heads. So, um, that's how she killed him. So here's the thing. From what I understand, Oren, Vernetta, Beatrix, and Bud were all trained by Pame. I think. I don't know. Bud might not have been. Because I don't think he really could fight. Now that I'm thinking about it. But I know for a fact that Oren, Vernetta, and Beatrix and Ellie were all trained by Pame. But Ellie was the last one to get trained. That's why nobody knew Pame was dead. Because Ellie was the last one to get trained by him. So the coldest part of this fight, because while they were fighting, they were having a sword fight, and Beatrix found Bud's Hanzo sword. See, Bud had lied and told Bill he sold the sword, so Bill thought the sword was really gone. But when Beatrix found Bud's sword, it said to Bud from Bill, the only man I ever loved, little brother. So Bud is Bill's little brother. So Ellie like, where the fuck you get that from? And she was like, looks like Bud lied to you. So they get to having a little sword fight back and forth. This, they having a hell of a fight. Now here's the coldest part of this motherfucking fight scene. When she found out Bud lied about the Hanzo sword, she looked a little spooked, right? So now they in their sword fight, right? Bah, 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 bah. Beatrix and Ellie are like this, right? Beatrix hand, this hand is free. So they got the sword like this. And Beatrix, all you just seen real fast. And she snatched that bitch other eye out, threw it on the floor, and stepped on that motherfucker. That was the coldest part of their fight, is when she snatched that bitch eye out. She snatched that motherfucker out. I was like, damn. So she snatched little shorty eye out, stepped on it, and she left Ellie in the trailer fighting for her motherfucking life. Ellie ain't got no eye. The black mamba snake is still in there. She even left the money in there. She didn't even take the money. She left everything in that motherfucker. Besides her sword. She did take her sword. So Ellie, that motherfucker, tripping without an eye. You know what I'm saying? She tripping. Now what's crazy is in volume 1, Johnny Moe, she snatched Johnny Moe's eye out too. Snatched that motherfucker eye smooth out. You heard me? This girl quick at snatching. So Pai taught her some shit. He must have liked her because he taught her some shit. Shit that nobody else got taught. He taught her some shit. Because that snatching the eye out, that came from Pai. So now we get to what we call the last chapter. Face to face. So Beatrix is now on a hunt for Bill. So she's taking care of everybody else except Bud, because Ellie killed Bud. But everybody did. So she go see this cat named Esteban. Because she needs to find Bill. And Esteban was like a father figure to Bill. He raised Bill. So here's the thing. Esteban is a pimp. If you can't tell by the name, then I'm gonna tell you. But Esteban is a pimp. Alright. So I instantly thought to myself, so was Bill like this assassin pimp type motherfucker or something? Because it was given raised by a pimp and pimp / killer. So I don't know. But anyway, so Esteban, he knew exactly who Beatrix was and exactly what she was looking for. But they get to talking, and Esteban talking a whole bunch of jibber jabber that she ain't really trying to motherfucking hear. He in there talking about somehow if he would have got Beatrix, she would have been his main bitch. She would have been his bottom bitch. I'm like, you think she ain't come here for that, motherfucker? But anyway, so he talking a whole lot of gibberish and whatever the case may be, and he does tell her though that he would have been much nicer to her because what Bill did to her was wrong. Bill put one in her head and he was like, I would have never done that to you. But go listen to what he said he would have did. And I'm like, motherfucker, what the hell? But anyway, so Esteban ends up giving Beatrix Bill's location, and she like, why are you helping me? And Esteban like, shit, believe it or not, shawty, this is what Bill would want me to do. Because how else would he ever see you again? If you don't know where he is, how are you going to see him? So she like, okay, whatever, fool. So she goes and she heads to Bill. She pulls up to Bill's house. She got her pistol out. She ready. She prepared to pop this fool on sight. She finds out that Bill and their daughter is sitting there waiting on her. They got their little toy guns pointed at her, right? And let me make sure I'm on target. So Beatrix was so shocked because when she came around that corner, her daughter was like, "Bang, bang, mommy." And Beatrix just stood there shocked because she like, "What the hell? Like, what the fuck?" And BB, that's her name. Her daughter's name is BB. So she, she playing along. My bad, y'all. So basically, when she pulled up, they, it's like bang bang. You know what I'm saying? So they both play like they playing, gun games. So Bill and BB play like they did, and Bill's telling this whole little story or whatever, and he's like, but BB with her witty self, she, shoots mommy, bang, and Bill's like, you're supposed to die, mommy. And I thought to myself, this is scandalous, bro. Because when he said you're supposed to die, mommy, I'm like, this dude is ornery for that. Because he tried to kill her. That's why he said it. You're supposed to be dead, mommy. So I was like, bruh, come on, Bill. You could have used you could have said something else, bro. But anyway, so basically not Beatrix, I'm sorry. Bill basically kept Beatrix's image alive for BB. Like he told BB about his mama, about her mama, told her, what she looked like and everything. And Beatrix, not Beatrix, but BB was like, how did mommy know, how would mommy know what I look like or whatever the case may be. And he told her pretty much like, your mommy dreamed of you every day just like you dreamed of her. But before that part came up, because I missed something, let me go back. Bill and BB was telling Beatrix about her dead fish. BB stepped on her fish, and the story of how of BB stepping on her fish was basically the same thing as Bill trying to kill Beatrix, basically, because BB loved her fish, but she knew what she did to her fish was wrong because she took him out of his fishbowl, put him on the floor, and then stepped on him. So BB's story is basically the same as Bill's story with Beatrix. He knew trying to kill Beatrix was wrong, but he did it anyway. Same thing with BB. She knew stepping on her fish was going to kill it, but she did it anyway. And um, BB admits that she knew she was wrong for killing the fish, whatever case may be. Now, Bill is telling BB that he's telling BB what he did to her mama. He's telling her the truth. I tried to kill your mommy, um, and Daddy was wrong, but maybe your mommy will forgive me. And he's like, but you and your mommy can, talk or whatever from here. And she's like, or no, not talk, watch a movie. They was watching Shogun Assassin, so they was watching the Shogun Assassin movie and whatever the case may be. When they finished the movie, BB falls asleep, and Beatrix goes back in there to talk to Bill, and she tells Bill, because Bill's looking at her new Hanzo sword, because he's got her Hanzo sword, but it's on a little mantle thing by the TV. And Beatrix tells Bill, like, Hanzo only made me that sword because I told him I was coming to kill your ass. And Bill is like, damn, do I got that many people mad at me? Like, what the fuck? So, there's that. Cool. So they start having a little conversation. Now, while they're talking, Beatrix tries to run and grab the sword from the mantle, but Bill shoots the TV and makes her sit back down. And when she drops down, he shoots the fruit that's in front of her too. And uh, I think he shot her in her leg, this leg, with a truth serum thing. Is what he told her. Is that the thing that he shot in her leg with was a truth serum thing? But he tells her he wants to ask her some questions and he don't want her to lie. So his first question really wasn't a question. It was more of him comparing Beatrix to Superman. Like, you got to watch the movie to understand the analogy, but he compared her to Superman, basically. And he eventually does finally ask a question. His question to her was, why did you run away from me when you knew you were pregnant with my baby? Like, what did you leave for? If you knew you were pregnant, what did you leave for? So she tells him about a job that he sent her on to go kill somebody named Lisa Wong. And when she went to go try to kill Lisa Wong must have already known that somebody was coming to try to kill her. So she sent one of her hitmen, her assassins, to go try to kill Beatrix. And at that moment, when Lisa Wong's hitman came, that's when Beatrix found out she was pregnant. So basically, she tells Bill, like, when Lisa Wong's assassin gave me a second chance and didn't kill me, I knew I needed to leave you alone so I could focus on having a normal life for this baby. I didn't want to bring my baby into this kind of world. And Bill tells her, like, that wasn't just your choice to make, though. And which Bill was right, though. That to me, that was kind of messed up, because you could have just went and told Bill the truth. You could have told him, like, Bill, I'm pregnant. I can't do this no more. I need to think about raising this baby normally. Like, this baby needs a normal life. So I'm not doing this assassin shit no more. Like, I'm done. But instead, she ran away. So, like I said, Karen the assassin agreed not to kill her and leave it be. Well, really, Karen was gonna be dead because Beatrix wasn't going for it no way. Um, so like I said, she told Bill she just didn't want to get a baby that lifestyle. And Bill tells her, so when you knew you were pregnant, you left me, and for 3 whole months, I thought you were dead. I thought somebody had killed you. So I mourned you for 3 whole fucking months. And when I finally built up the courage to go try to kill the motherfuckers that I thought killed you, I find you getting married to another man. Pregnant. With my baby. So yeah, I overreacted. I killed a few people. Tried to kill you. Shit didn't work out. And Beatrix like, overreacted? Motherfucker, you did more than overreact. You tried to kill me. And you tried to unalive me, which could have unalived your unborn child. So, Bill says, and I thought it was crazy. He said when he tried to hunt her down, he found her pregnant with his child or whatever. He tells her that she suffered the consequences of breaking a murdering bastard's heart. So, before I wrap it up, in the end though, between them, the ending was so, how do I put it? The ending was very sweet. Like, and I don't mean sweet like, oh, I mean like it was sweet the way it ended. So, Beatrix, she got to win her long, revengeful seeking moment, right? So, she used Pai Mei's 5-point palm exploding heart technique on Bill's ass. She hit that motherfucker with a pow, tore him up. Bill didn't even know she knew how to do it. Because if he would have known, he would have never got that close to her. But he didn't know she knew, and she never told him. And Bill was like, he taught you that shit? Damn, bitch, he never taught me that shit, but he taught you that shit? So Bill's sitting there like, well, it's over for me. And you would have thought Bill would have just shot her and killed her too then. But Bill knew he was wrong for trying to kill her the first time. And then on top of that, he knew their daughter was going to need somebody to raise her. So it is what it is. So remember when I told y'all that right before they killed everybody in that church, Beatrix asked Bill, how do I look? Bill looked at her and went, how do I look? And she was like, you look ready. Basically, like, go die, motherfucker. And he got up, took his 5 steps, his heart exploded, and he just collapsed. And the movie ends with BB and Beatrix living a happily ever after life. They got to, be mother and daughter, whatever. That's just how the movie ends. Now, basically, we went through 2 volumes to find out that Bill tried to kill Beatrix because he got his heart broken. This motherfucker tried to kill her because she broke his heart. That's why he tried to kill her. And I get it. Hold on. Sorry. I get it. It's off principle. They assassins. So what do assassins think? Assassinate. Okay? So I get it. His feelings was hurt. He felt bad. He mourned her for so long because he thought she had got killed. To find out she didn't get killed, she actually just ran away from me and took my baby and tried to go marry some other man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he like, what the fuck? Like, bitch, what did you want? But that's why he sent them after her. And then the crazy part is, I think once everybody figured out why Bill really tried to kill her is why everybody regretted it. That's why everybody, except for Ellie. Ellie didn't give a fuck because Ellie already didn't like Beatrix because Ellie wanted to be Bill's main bitch from the beginning anyway. So Ellie didn't care. Getting her out the way made her his number one in her eyes. But Bud, Vernetta, and Oren, me personally, I think them 3 regretted it. And even Bill, I think they regretted it because it came down to the fact that you realize you try to unalive me because I wanted better for our child. And I didn't feel comfortable coming and telling you that I wanted better for our child, so I was going to separate and break ties from you. Because honestly, had she went and said that to him to his face, he probably would have killed her right then and there. So it's crazy to think like, bro, you try to take me out because I didn't want to be with you no more. I didn't want to do this no more. Because your heart got broken? Not because I did something to you directly, but because your heart got broken. That shit wild. Shit wild. So for the notes section, Larry's boss, I mean not Larry, Bud's boss Larry, he had a good point. And it was, he had every right to be mad at Bud and taking him off the schedule because when you work a job, you have to be on time. And it's like Bud felt like he could just come in whenever he pleased. And to me, that's why Bud got what Bud got. Point blank and period. Because you should have been on time. Should have been doing your job. So, you know, it is what it is. Another thing, Bud is a trained assassin, so him working at a titty bar made no sense. You're a trained assassin. Just because your brother didn't have no more jobs for you, you're a trained assassin. Go find another job. Like, working as a bouncer did not make any sense at all. I get like technique wise maybe, but it no. You're used to being your own man, so why would you? I don't know. I do feel like Bud intentionally and unintentionally wanted to see how much fight Beatrix had in her. This is what I think. I think Bud gave her that flashlight knowing that she would get out of that grave one way or another. But I think he thought that he would have gotten that $1,000,000 from Ellie and been gone in the wind. That's what I think. I think he thought he was gonna be able to take that money, get out of Dodge, and never have to worry about seeing Beatrix again. $1,000,000 can go a long way. I think he was gonna pack up his $1,000,000, pack up his sword, and skip town and go somewhere else, and where Beatrix wouldn't find him at. I think that he knew she was going to get out of that gravesite because he gave her a flashlight. You should have known, and then you knew she was trained by Pomade, so you knew she was going to figure out a way out of that gravesite because you didn't even dig the grave far enough. Like, she climbed through dirt and everything. Come on. Like I said, I just wanted to see. I think he just wanted to see how much fight she had in her. That's what I think. I think he wanted to see how much she really wanted them dead. So he gave her a fighting chance, in my opinion. Like I said earlier, all this beef between Beatrix and Bill was all over Bill getting his heart broken. Shit blew my mind. Like, bro, you really that upset over her breaking your heart that you try to kill her, pregnant and all? It's like, bro, you mad because she didn't want to be a part of the Viper Squad no more, and she didn't want to be your woman no more. So you went to go have a kill. Shit, crazy. Um, I did tell y'all this in the beginning. I'm gonna tell you again. Fun fact: Palme and Johnny Moe were both played by the same guy, Gordon Liu. He played the same. He played both of those characters, by the way. Oh, so I didn't talk about the training, but the training, Beatrix's training scenes with Pame was stupid funny because they were unrealistic and realistic at the same time. Like one of the scenes, she was training with the sword, right? And she went to go try to jab at him, and he stood on top of the sword. Now, my bad, my hand freaked me out for a second. But he stood on top of the sword, and I'm like, bro, that shit unrealistic like a motherfucker. That is not real. That's not real. But yeah, if you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. Them training scenes was that training scene cracked me up because he was in there kicking her ass. But you know, that's that. Concluding the film, y'all know I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's a good movie. It's a good watch. If you watch volume 1 and 2 back to back, it'll make sense. And really, you can literally watch like nah, you really can't even do that either. You gotta watch volume one first, then watch volume two. Because if you even if you try to split them up and watch half of volume one and a half of volume two, and then go back and watch volume one, you're gonna get confused. So it's just best to watch volume one and then watch volume two. I really wish that they would have went ahead and did a volume three, because volume three, from what I understood, was supposed to be Vernetta, Vernetta's daughter, and Oren's best friend Sophie, and I forget. I think it was one more person. It's supposed to be like two or three people that were supposed to be coming after Beatrix and her daughter. Like she was gonna train her daughter how to fight. And that's what I think that's what Volume 3 was supposed to be about, but they never did a Volume 3. I wish they would have, but they didn't. Um but yeah, I think I low key think I like Volume 2 better than I like Volume 1. So that of course that means when I gotta rate that film, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10. It is what it is. Volume 1 and 2 is a 10 out of 10, 20 out of 20 for me. Because both of those movies are good. I can literally go turn the movies back on and watch them again. And I just might, because they're good. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not a I have yet to see another movie like Kill Bill. If you know a movie that's like Kill Bill, drop it in the comment section. Because I have yet to find any movie that's like Kill Bill. And when I say like Kill Bill, I mean like not exact storyline, but like just like Kill Bill. It's hard to describe. It doesn't have like they had the same storyline of a man with a broken heart tries to kill a woman. She seeks revenge on him for trying to kill her. It doesn't have to be that exact storyline. But I haven't found a movie that's like Kill Bill. Like when I tell y'all the fight scenes to me were more realistic than any other fight scene in any other movie. Because like now, okay, in Volume 1, that shit wasn't realistic. When she fought on the people, that shit wasn't realistic. But it is what it is. But like her one-on-one fights was realistic to me. Like her fight with Oren, Vernetta, Ellie, um, those were realistic. Hell, even when she tried to go kill Bud, he shot her ass with them salt rocks. That shit was realistic. Like that shit stung. And like she literally, you could tell that shit stung. Cause in most movies, let's say the protagonist got shot with salt rocks, they would have like after so long they would have hopped up and start fighting like it never happened. Like Kill Bill to me was very realistic. Like um every time Uma Thurman got hurt, like you could tell it hurt. Like she'll fight through the pain, but you could tell it hurt. Just like with everybody else. Like when old girl got her eye snatched out, that was realistic because that's how somebody really would act if they got their eye snatched out. Like they be screaming, panicking, and all of the kind of shit. That was realistic to me. When in Volume One, when she fought Vernetta, like the way that little girl was looking, that shit was realistic. Cause that's how I would be looking if I came home and see my mama with a bloody forehead and this white lady with a bloody face, house tore the fuck up. I'd be looking the same way. Like what the hell's going on in here? You know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like the only thing, like I said, the only thing that might not have been realistic was once again like the little fight scene where she fought all them people, the Crazy 88 when she fought all of them. Um, when Padme stood on the sword, that might be a little unrealistic, but it's a kung fu movie. In my opinion, it's a kung fu movie. So, like I said, Volume 2 probably is my favorite because the way it was written, and then like her kick ass. I didn't know Volume 1 had some good kick ass fights too. But I feel like Volume 2 had more dialogue for me. Because Volume 1 to me was more like kick ass, bing, 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 kick ass, kick ass, kick ass. I feel like with Volume 2, it was more substance, more dialogue, more backstory, more background, more understanding to why she is where she is and why she's doing what she's doing. So that's kind of why Volume 2 is probably my favorite out of the two. That's probably why. Um yeah, I think that's why. I would say that's why. Like I said, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. It is what it is. Argue with your mama. Don't argue with me. But tell me, if you had to choose between Volume 1 and Volume 2, which one is your favorite? If you've seen the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. Come back and then if you haven't seen either one of these movies, go watch Volume 1 and watch Volume 2. Then come back in the comments and tell me which movie is your favorite. That's what I want you to do. Go back, watch it. Tell me which one is your favorite. I think, yeah, that's what I would like. I would like you to do that for sure, for sure, for sure. But it's been your host with the most real Taylor Nicole, and I'm always bringing y'all that flavor. You dig me? So, thank you guys for watching, tuning in week after week with your girl. I hope you enjoyed both Volume 1 and Volume 2. If you want me to do more trilogy movies, drop a trilogy movie in my comment section. I already have. It's not really a trilogy. No, it is. It's a trilogy. I already have another trilogy I want to do. But I gotta find all three of them in order to do the trilogy. And then there's another one. It's not necessarily a trilogy. It's just two movies that I want to do as well. So I got 5 other movies I know that I want to do. This kind of similar, same genre. So I might do all 5 of those in this around the same time. You know, maybe one of the months where I got to do 5 movies in a month. I'm gonna do it then. But like I said, make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, and comment. Give your girl some love. Thumbs ups, no thumb down. Don't do that. Thumbs up, no thumbs down. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, but once again, thank you guys. Argue with your mama. I'm out.